All right. Hey, welcome. And we're here with I Love Gay at Home, where today our guest is Gary Saperstein from Gay Wine Week and Out in the Vineyard. Gary, how are you?
I'm good, Matt. Hey, great to see you.
Same here. So how's life out there in Sonoma this week?
Oh, it's like everywhere right now these days. It's definitely an interesting time.
I know. I know.
It's like anything. Having everything being shut down. No parks to go into. Thank God. One thing we're really fortunate about that I am every day I say I'm really blessed is that we have rolling hills and vineyards to walk around still. So that
Yeah.
keeps me sane. Getting to go out and walk around the vineyards has been really fantastic.
You're definitely social distancing out there.
Oh, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. I mean, they're trying to tell us not to go to the stores unless we absolutely have to. And, I think it's the same mostly every place.
Yeah.
But it's like a new normal for now. And then wondering, I call it, what is the next normal going to be?
I know.
After we move away from this part of it all. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen.
I hear you. Well, for those that don't know, tell us all about what Gay Wine Week is and how it kind of evolved.
Yeah, well, out in the Vineyard, which is the name of the company out here in Sonoma, based in Sonoma, California, and I am an LGBT tour and event company. So two sides to what I do here. I can be your concierge, and when you're ready to come back to wine country, I pay and dine and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And the other side of the business is the event side, which is what I guess you could say I'm known for, because I've been doing it for over a decade now, which is crazy. And so Gay Wine Week is a full week, a celebration, I call it, of food and wine country for our LGBTQ community. Yeah, it's been going strong for, as I said, 10 years now, going on 11 actually. And it has, it's amazing. It's great to bring people from all over the country, and I should say also all over the world, because people do come from European countries as well, Australia, England, Holland. It's for people who love food, wine, and have always wanted to come to wine country, and either maybe they never have come, or they have, but they've never come and been with community.
Yeah.
And it really brings, I think, out the best of all of that, together.
Yeah.
And it all culminates with the signature event of the weekend that I call which is called the Twilight Tea Dance.
Yes.
Which is presented by our Chateau St. Jean winery, which, if any of you have been there before, is a stunning, Matt, you've been there.
Oh, yeah.
It's a stunning, iconic winery here in Sonoma Valley. And you literally are dancing under the stars with rolling hills and vineyards around you. The sun is setting, the moon is rising. You reach out and touch it practically. DJ, and definitely a disco ball. And literally the dance floor is laid out right there in front of all the vineyards. And it's quite a unique experience, but a beautiful, fun evening. And most importantly, is that the weekend does benefit Face to Face, which is our Sonoma County HIV/AIDS network. Yeah, it's great. We do a big drag queen brunch on Sundays, and we raise a lot of money for the organization that has been in existence here in Sonoma County since 1983, the beginning of the AIDS crisis, and still doing amazing work.
Well, Sonoma is still one of my absolute favorite parts of California. Being born and raised in the state, I've always loved, and I've always, if anybody from Napa is listening to this, cover your ears. But I've always loved Sonoma more, but just because of it's more the intimate wineries where you can drive around on some of those country roads, and next thing you know, there's just like, you look at that winery and you think, I should pull over there and just check that out. And almost every time, it's a winner.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. And I say, and both parts are beautiful. And, I would say we have a healthy, people always ask, oh, what's that competition really all about? And I say, it's a healthy competition, really. I mean, I want everyone to come to Sonoma and love it so much they want to come back, and they'll go to Napa and then come back to Sonoma, and vice versa. That's the way it should work. And, and I always say this, we all make good wine, and there's also bad wine in both places. Mostly good wine, mostly all good wine.
I was going to say, I have yet to find it yet. I have not found bad wine in Sonoma yet.
But it's a beautiful region. As I said at the very start, I feel fortunate to be sheltered in place here where I can still go out walking around and have beautiful scenery all around me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I feel so fortunate.
But how have you adapted with now with the pandemic, and your event was coming up this summer, so you're doing some different. Yeah, I know exactly.
Hopefully, cautiously optimistic. I say I'm
Yeah,
going to wait. I'll make the final decision for the July event probably in a few weeks, probably the
yeah,
beginning
yeah.
of May. I'm going to have to really make that call
Yep.
and adapt and pivot to what I see maybe I could be able to do, this
Yeah,
summer
yeah.
compared to what I want to do, and still make it something that's still going to be a celebration of wine country.
Okay.
So that will still happen one way or another.
But
But
in the no, I
oh,
was
go
gonna
ahead.
say in the meantime, you have sip and swirl.
I swirl in place, I call
Swirl in
it.
place.
Yeah, I took that SIP and figured, hey, we swirl our wine glasses. So every Wednesday, which is of course Wine Wednesday to us here
Yes,
and around
yes.
the world, and so swirl in place. And each week I bring on a different vintner, owner, winemaker, and maybe some other special guests, and we do a little wine tasting
Yeah,
and
yeah,
talk about the wines, talk about the winery, um, and have an opportunity also for people to ask questions. And
yeah, yeah.
it's been really great. I've actually done two. This Wednesday will be my third. I have Sonoma Winery will be wine tasting this Wednesday. And following Wednesday, we have Three Sticks Winery, another beautiful winery here in Sonoma. Hopefully, Chateau St. Jean the week after. I'm
Yeah.
trying to also plan hopefully maybe the very first week of May when everyone's really getting exhausted, may do and promote a really big virtual wine tasting and
Yeah,
have like
yeah,
3, 4, or 5 wineries all in one tasting.
yeah, yeah,
And it's a lot of fun. It really is. It's been really great for people who attended, for the winery. And I love doing it. I absolutely love doing it. It really
I
gets fun.
know.
It's so
It's
much fun
always
to sit there and drink.
well. I even sent you a couple of links that I found that
Yeah,
there's even wineries out there that are doing virtual tours and
yeah,
virtual tastings and so forth.
yeah,
It's everybody's looking for what I find interesting. We're all looking for what is the right answer. What can I do now to kind of
right.
be out there, be relevant, but at the same time, as you start looking at some of this stuff, what's going to
Yeah,
last afterwards? Like, this summer and fall, what things are they going to continue to do virtual wine tasting tours? Perhaps.
you're right. I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see where all this whole virtual Zoom thing
Yeah, yeah,
leads to, because we're realizing that we can do things like this. And
yeah,
I think for us here in wine country, the wineries are realizing that they're doing some great sales. People, I guess, drinking is up, alcohol consumption is up like 43%. They
wow,
said this past
wow,
week I read an article, and the wineries have said that really their online sales are great. I mean,
yeah,
yes, they're
yeah,
not making any revenues at the wineries, and not much on wine. Wine clubs, but definitely people are ordering wine, so
yeah,
that's really
yeah,
great.
yeah,
So it'll be interesting to see where it all goes and how we'll use it when this part of the pandemic, starts to subside. As I
exactly.
say, I call it what is the next normal going
Yeah,
to be.
yeah,
I think this is going to play a part in it, and it's going to another creative outlet for all of us, right?
yeah,
We
yeah,
love being creative, and why not? Let's take it to another level. So
yeah.
I'm
I'm with you.
excited about it. I'm trying to think of ways, how can
Yeah,
I bring Gay Wine Week to you if I can't bring you here,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Well,
You know,
there's going to be a lot of brainstorming and great ideas coming out of that's the
mhm.
lemonade out of lemons.
Absolutely, absolutely. A
Yep.
virtual Twilight Tea Dance, right?
Exactly.
Virtual Twilight Tea Dance. I
Yeah,
got Chateau St. Jean in the background with a virtual screen, and we can
yes,
still make it happen.
they're doing those things now. So yeah,
Exactly.
that could exist. So
Exactly. I've been invited to some Friday night dance parties.
I love it. Well, no, I'm really glad that you're able to be here with us and just share a few moments and letting all of our folks know what you're up to out there from Sonoma. And
Thanks, Matt.
I look. It's too bad we don't have an event. You and I often see each other at like the New York Times Travel Show and so
You
forth. So
do.
I look forward to the next event we can reconnect at.
Sounds like a plan.
All
Sounds
right,
like a
you.
plan. Thanks, Matt.
All right, take
Stay
care.
safe. Stay healthy.
Well, you too.